Okay, hello everyone. We're gonna talk about the game today. Watched it. I don't know what is wrong with this team. Like, I feel like sometimes I can't explain when they do well, and also sometimes I can't explain why they do bad. But it's just I can't understand it. The team doesn't make sense when you think about it logically. Uh, I was very afraid that after the performance against Man City, we were gonna, go back to the type of football we've been watching for the majority of this season. Although there were some glimpses here and there, but I didn't want to get fooled again. So I was very pessimistic going to this game. I know people are going to downplay the opposition. It's Lecce and all that. But I mean, we've lost to all kind of teams this year. We could literally, we could have drawn or lost points to like the 20 place in the championship in the league. So regardless of who we're facing, to be honest, Madrid is not as the performance or the form or the face Madrid has been showing us did not indicate whatsoever they were going to win this game as comfortably as they did. I mean, we considered one goal, but it was an own goal. But we're going to talk about it. Um, but got me pleasantly surprised by the result. I am extremely happy. I mean, we're going to get to the goals. Some of them are absolutely ridiculous, but I am super happy with this. It's I'm gonna say something at the end, but also again we need to wait until the next game. The next big game in the league is Atletico, if I'm not mistaken. That will give us a good idea of exactly where we're at. Facing a strong team, or at least a team that's on quote unquote form, and that completely battered us last time we faced each other. Was at the Metropolitano, but let's see how it becomes at the Santiago Bernabeu. But let's get into the game. First thing first, um, I just can't. I still can't believe what happened. Outside of that one save that Couture had to make, which was a really good save from the header, um, he essentially didn't have to make any saves. I don't think this. I'm going to emphasize this right now. For the most part, Couture has been saving us a lot this season. So when we get games where he doesn't have to make a lot of saves or make saves that end up um, giving us the win, essentially, I don't think if he didn't save this one, I wouldn't have lost. But the 4-1 looks better than 4-2. So great save by him. But other than that, he wasn't needed, which is good. We should keep it like that. I appreciate Courtois. He's literally probably the greatest goalkeeper of Madrid ever. But if we don't have to rely on him to win games or to make sure that we don't concede or lose the game, I prefer that. Okay, I don't want him to be saving us from losing games. If I appreciate him making saves, but we shouldn't have to rely on our goalkeeper to save us from like humiliations and things. Anyways, moving on. I'm starting to like this pairing of Rudiger and Rudiger and Hoysen. I don't know what's going on with Asensio. I don't think he's in the list of injured. I had some complaints about him lately, so you know, I wouldn't trade either Hoysen or Asensio. With Hoysen and Rudiger as that pair. I mean, we will see when Militao comes back. If he comes back fit and ready, and he doesn't get injured again, please, pray. Not gonna win at all. We need him. As much as I like the pairing right now, Militao is very good. But no, Rudiger, Hoysen, boss in the midfield. Rudiger, good blocking, and he breaks the deadlock with his shot. Valverde free kick. They definitely obviously practice that. The shot is from when Valverde. I think he probably has the most power shot the most the highest shot power in the team. The goalkeeper can't catch it, so he has to deflect, and it just falls in the feet of not fall in the feet, but it gets in the position where really it can just smash it, which he does, and it unlocks the game. Because until then, I mean, we're talking like what 30 something minutes. So until then, it was. I mean, we had chances, but that was a great, good defending by Rudiger. Hoyson, good, perfect today. But you notice something with Hoyson. Because he doesn't have the pace, sometimes he gets a bit reckless as far as the challenges he makes on some players, which he obviously needs to watch out to not get reds because we've had this happen before. So I understand him trying to delay the attack or slow it down so that people can come back and cover for his lack of pace, but he has to be more aware of when he's allowed to do that and when he's not. I think he was able to do it properly this game. You can see he doesn't do well when people just go behind him. Especially pacey players. But he kind of makes the score the larger at the 3-1 with a nice header, a very good cross from an academy player we'll talk about later. But I love the game of Hoyson. Calm, composed, nothing that was completely reckless, which I love to see. This is what we bought him for, his ball playing ability, and most importantly, I need him to be a best. Like, I need him to be good at defending. When you're a goalkeeper, your biggest strength should be goalkeeping. As in, like, stopping your team from conceding goal. Like, you should be preventing things from going behind your back in the back of the net. Same thing with defenders. You might have a lot of qualities, whether it's ball playing ability, crosses, long balls, build up, whatever it is. But you need to be good at defending, blocking, tackles, aggressivity, challenges, obviously the right challenges, but that should be your main thing. Same thing with midfielders. Defend, attack, create. That's what your main thing should be. I mean, midfield is a bit more complicated. There's a lot more nuance for that. Defenders can also score with a header. So, yeah. But I'm talking about the main focus. And same thing with attackers. We can ask them to track back and all that. But if all you do as an attacker is tracking back and running and doing the defensive work, you might as well be a left back. Or you might as well be a fullback or something. Or a centre back. Because we bought you the reason why you're mainly on the pitch is to help with the attack, score goals, win games. But that was just a little bracket. Carvajal was solid. Not really much to say. I still think that he will have a lot of trouble when he has like really, really pacey wingers with a lot of pace. I don't think he can run that much anymore. So I think he's just gonna come down to his defensive IQ if he ever needs to be there for against that kind of matchup. We hate to see it, but I hope he can do it. He was solid. I don't know about the whole contract situation, but let's see how it goes. He was solid this game. Fran was actually okay. He didn't really get bitten that many times, and even the time he got bitten, I feel like he can make up for it with his pace. He's really fast, really, really fast. Although I feel like he needs to get better with crosses because he finds himself in a lot of position where he can get into spaces, but his decision making and then his crossing ability is not really that great. So most of the time we just lose chance. The chance creation, the goal opportunity is just gone. But he wasn't bad to this game. Tchouaméni, boss, recovery. Not much to say, to be honest. I think they try to replicate another shot from outside the box with him. Valverde cutting back and sending it to him. Didn't go through, but I love it. Keep trying. We need more people scoring goal. We need to be unpredictable in different pattern, different attack. We need to have Vini. We need to have Valverde. You need to have Tchouaméni. You need to have Arda. You need to have different patterns. It can't all go from Mbappe. And I love that. It's a great thing that Mbappe has been out for so long, so that the team can grow and learn how to play without him, without relying on his goal. And I love this unity. I really do. Um, Next, Kamavinga wasn't bad. I almost want to say he was my flop of the game because I would say he's responsible for the goal conceded. He's playing a bit too. He's not playing it safely. That pass that he sent that gets intercepted, he doesn't. I'm not sure if it looks where the pass went. It's a reckless pass, a stupid pass, in my opinion. He may have been exhausted. His head was gone, maybe. But outside of that, not a terrible game by him. He had a lot of good passes, link up play, recoveries, challenges. Um, the yellow card he could have done without it, but I know why he did that, just because he wanted to stop the play for, I think, Valverde. That was a little bit of that got into a challenge, but he didn't need to get a yellow for that. I think he could have stopped the play without having to do all of that, but outside that, it was fine. Valverde. Valverde. I just love Valverde. Jesus Christ. I know we went through a phase where, and I know a lot of people can relate to this, where we just thought maybe it was just for the best to put Valverde right back or something and, convert him or whatever, but I was wrong. I'm willing to admit I was completely. He can play there when he needs to. I hope we never need to force him there in the future. Just manage the injuries, manage the players. We have Trent, we have people, have them play in the actual position, please. For God's sake. Because this version of Valverde, I think, is the best version of Valverde. This man has like 6 lungs. He is fast. He can shoot. He can score. He can defend. He can pass. Some of the attempts he had like a back pass that he tried to do that didn't connect. But sometimes I know people don't think he's not very technical, which I can see why, but you just have sometimes these glimpses of some of the thing he able to just pull off just naturally like that. And man, the goal he scored, man. he scored. Oh my god. That bin. The goalkeeper could not do anything. He could not do anything. Beautiful. Sensational. Masterclass performance by Valverde. He only scored 1 goal this time around, but man, the game he had. Beautiful. Magnifique. Thiago Pitach. I love the energy. I think he didn't really do a lot this game, just as far as, creating something, but he was, tracking a lot. You could tell this guy is like, he's just pressing. But obviously he runs out of gas. I don't know why a lot of players slipped on the Bell field today. I don't know if there's something wrong with the pitch, but good. Pitach was good. Another disappointing one was Vinicius. He was just okay. I don't really think he didn't really feel much of his impact on the field. I'm gonna be honest. But hey, look, I don't care. I just want to win, dude. If this is the Vinicius we get, but the whole team performs like this and we win games like this, I want this. I sign me up. At this point in time, I think a lot of Madrid fans, we are just done with rooting for XYZ players, dude. We just want to win. Most important, obviously, but we want to see some football. And if getting that means some of these quote unquote star players are not gonna have masterclass performances, I'll take that. I want trophies, man. I don't want a trophyless season. I want us to compete for whatever it's left, the Champions League and the La Liga. So yeah, he was fine. And Brahim actually had a better game than Vinicius. Brahim is really good at ball retention. That's something I've noticed. He's really good at keeping the ball in the tight spaces, linking up with players. It's something that he's really good at least for the past 2 games. And I'm not sure how everything's going to come out. We're getting back some injuries soon. But Brahim has shown some really good stuff. I want to say he's shown some really good stuff. Same thing in the midfield. I know in the midfield, I don't know. Bellingham's going to have to come back. Tchouaméni and Valverde, I'm pretty sure those are the one that, in their position, respective position, they are under no threat. Now, I want to keep Pitach because I think he showed me more than Camavinga. But I'm not too sure who's going to get benched for Bellingham. Whether it's Arda. No, well, I don't know if it's going to be Arda, Camavinga, or Pitach who's going to get axed Bellingham. But because we know when Bellingham comes back, he's going to get on pitch. But yeah, Brahim should have scored that one goal though. I mean, I'm not mad at him for taking the shot because he was like really close. But if he had looked around, he could have seen Vinicius, and that was going to be an open net, and that could have helped Vinicius. Honestly, I think he needs to score. Attackers need to score, and I think maybe that's the reason why Brahim tried to score too, because he needs to score too. It really helps with confidence, guys. I know people like to bash on players for trying to score, especially forwards, but it's part of their job. It's part of what they are here. It's what they're paid for. I mean, it's okay to do assists and all that, but I'm not gonna, especially when it's such a close shot attempt, and it's not like we needed that goal to win the game. So I'm not gonna, bash on Brahim too much. It's another chance we could have scored. We could have been 5-1, but regardless, good game by Brahim. And something I want to point out right now, I'm gonna go to the sub, but we made the sub so early. And I know we probably made all those subs, and I love he subbed out Tchouaméni to give him rest. He chopped out Rudiger to give him rest. Subbed out Valverde, Pitach. I think Pitach was more because I feel like he was running out of gas, maybe. Subbed out Vinicius. Vinicius he subbed out really early, I think in the 55th or 60th minute. Which is surprising because I'm pretty sure I feel like wasn't it like weeks or something ago that he was saying that Vinicius is going to play every time or whatnot. But I guess he's resting it for the Man City game. We do need him because Man City is not. And I want people to understand Madrid, or at least this squad, with the player that he has. Unless we change something, we change the profiles or define something in training. This team is not built for. To explode low blocks. Like that's not the kind of play we have. That's not where the strengths of our players lie. So when we play team that actually try to play, that's when we're good. That's when we can be good. I'm not saying we're going to destroy them or whatnot, but that's the time where our players can actually perform. Like that's the system where they can actually play because they're not like completely in the opposition's box like 90% of the time because they're defending with like 10 people or something in the box. But anyways, very happy with Abdullah subs. Very happy with him taking them out early. Very happy with the coach. Honestly, I'm going to talk about him at the end, but the subs, Ada, he's really good at launching counterattacks. When we're on the counter, he's good at making the passes, or on the break. I feel like when the game is a bit more static, he's not that, at least I haven't observed it, but he doesn't seem like to be looking for that break lining pass or line breaking pass, or like a long ball when we're just static. Like he really needs the opposition. We need to be recovering the ball. You give it to Ada and then he can launch you. Like you run. But when they're all back in their own field, it's just, I feel like at least, I don't know if it's in Arsenal, those are, if I tactics, direction from the manager, I don't know. But that's something I've just observed recently. And my God, what a goal. Cinema. Absolute cinema. From I think it was 68. I think is it meters? What's meters? No, it wasn't 68 meters. But yeah, it might have been 68 meters. But my God, he shot it from so far out on our own side of the pitch. the power needed to make sure the goalkeeper doesn't catch it or doesn't reach it in time. First of all, it's interesting that we have so many people in our team that can shoot that much, that have that much power. And the other thing, the accuracy. It was just, I think I saw it in slow-mo, and it was just, he almost hit the bar to the point where the goalkeeper, even if he had like jumped or something, he wouldn't have reached it. It was so inch perfect, he was not gonna get it. This team, man. I can't. I just can't with this team. They just don't make sense, dude. They don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. We have too many individual players that just sometimes they just do some of the craziest thing you will see. Valverde's hat trick earlier this week was probably one of the best midfielders' performance, at least in the last decade or something. Just from a pure all-rounder perspective, defending, attacking, creating, he was everywhere. And now we have this other shot from out of nowhere. Anyways, Gonzalo was also another one where I just feel like he was okay. Didn't have the impact that I was hoping he would. He had that chance, but that was a poor shot, poor strike. He could have done better there, but I'm not gonna bash on him. It's just, when you're giving the minutes he's giving now, because it seems like Pitarch and some of the players have, gotten about the same time as he has, and he's been getting less minutes. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why Brahim is studying, but hey, I can't complain. Brahim has been playing really well. So, and from what I can understand, I feel like Brahim suits this system better, at least when we're playing against teams that are actually trying to play. Because Brahim, go ball retention, like I mentioned, and link up plays, I think is better than Gonzalo Garcia. And he's much better with the ball than Gonzalo Garcia. Some of the touches for Garcia he's a pure 9. He's not someone who you ask him to create, or he's not good at passing either. He's just a poacher. You give him the ball, just one tap, charge, something like that. But we'll see. I like where Brahim is right now. So him being the main choice ahead of Gonzalo Garcia makes sense. Palacios were great recoveries. And I always love his control where he's trying to, he controls the ball going towards the opposition side. He doesn't control trying to go back or pass it sideways, which is a great quality, which we need that. We need that directness. We need to go for the goal, go for the position, not like switch here, switch there, pass back. No. I mean, maybe there's sometimes where you can do that, but I really love how he's always trying to move, control the ball, to move forward. So great from him. Aguado, the defender, great tackle. Lovely tackle. I love that tackle he made. He's a bit on the shorter side, so he might not be good for aerial defense. But if his defensive IQ is super high, maybe, we could have a shorter defender. I'm sure we've had one. I think Nacho wasn't particularly tall or something, so that could work, but he's obviously young kid. But he also feels like a ball-playing midfielder, a ball-playing defender like Oysen. He seems very calm on the ball, with the passes as well. I like it. We'll see. Good. Yanis, the kid, the right one. I love the directness. The right wing that just try to dribble, just try to cut in and then cross. We need that. Mastantuono, I'm sorry, but you have not shown me anything like that. Wait, this guy in 30-something minutes, maybe this young kid has shown me a little way more than you have. Just as far as contributing to the team, creating something out of nothing. I mean, I'm not going to bash too much on Mastantuono because Mastantuono came from Argentina. It's a whole thing adapting. So, but I'm just saying in terms of just what I can feel from the player. This kid gives me more than Mastantuono. we'll see. We'll see how his profile. Just I will reserve the judgment until later. See, we'll see more. But I mean, the Castilla players have been at Madrid probably their whole life. They're training here, so they are used to the whole Europe thing. So, and obviously as academy players, La Fabrica, they want to prove themselves. They are a lot more. They didn't spend 60 millions, so they don't have the same pressure. But Angel, last one, Angel, he cost us the goal, but it's fine. I think he's just unlucky. He was really close. I saw it. He deflected it, and he was so close from hitting the post or even going outside. Again, like I mentioned, it was due to Akamavinga losing possession there. That was stupid. But I'm gonna be honest, he was good. My man of the match, believe it or not, is actually Abuelo. The balls to sub in 5 quote unquote Castilla players in a game like this when you're only like I think it was 3-1. Or like 3-0, I guess. No, it was 3-0. So you can argue maybe he thought it was safe enough, but even still, we've won. I think we had games. I guess I don't know if we ever had 3-0 game with Alonso. But one thing that I thought he was going to do was give a lot more time to young players, to the youth. He didn't. So I am so happy Abel was doing that. Because we need that. I mean, we have so many injuries. But man, I love the tactics. He got the lineup right. He got the subs right. He's giving time to the young kids. I'm loving this Abdullah stuff. Obviously, we're gonna wait and see because the true test is gonna be against the big teams. Alonso lost all his challenge against the big team except Barcelona, but we know how that ended. I want to see the record of Abdullah against big teams. We already beat Man City. It's good, but we have Atletico coming up. I mean, we have the second leg for Man City too. We need to, make sure we don't mess up. And then the next league game is Atletico. That one is going to be a test for our defenders and for our midfield, for the whole team. We got to show up. We cannot let them get the better of us like last time. So really, I wish them the best for that one. But no, beautiful game. Happy with the win. Fantastic performance. And Hala Madrid.